Welcome back to Rhythm Guitar Book 2. This book focuses on open chords, strumming, and fingerstyle patterns. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in. So I'll leave a link for that in the description. We're on pages 16 through 19, and we've got a lot of new stuff. We have 3 new chords, A minor, E, and E7. You're also going to learn about 8th note rest, and we have 4 new comping patterns, 2 fingerstyle and 2 strumming. In the back of this book, on page 81, you'll find all the chords in this book, plus some more. That's going to be a good reference for you, not just working through this book, but as you learn songs. Now, on the top of page 16, we have 3 new chords, A minor, E major, and E7. Let's look at the A minor chord first. A minor is a 5-string chord. Finger 2 on 2nd fret of the 4th string. Finger 3 also on 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and finger 1 on 1st fret of the 2nd string. Since it's a 5-string chord, you're going to play your bass notes on the 5th string. The E major, or E, is a 6-string chord. Your fingers are in the exact same shape as the A minor chord. You're just moving them to a different set of strings. Because this is a 6-string chord, the 6th string is going to be your bass note. And your E7 chord is just like the E, minus the 3rd finger. So you only need fingers 1 and 2 for this chord. It's also a 6-string chord. So your 6th string is going to be your bass note. Let's take a look at some common fingers and similar chord shapes at the bottom of page 16. As I already mentioned, A minor and E have the exact same finger shape. You just move them to different sets of strings. So when you move between an A minor and an E, try to move those 3 fingers in a group. A minor to E minor. You can use fingers 2 and 3 for E minor. We've been using fingers 1 and 2, but you can also use fingers 2 and 3. If you play it that way, then you can take fingers 2 and 3 from the A minor and move them in place for the E minor. And then your E major, your new E major, and your E minor, if you're playing E minor with fingers 2 and 3, they have fingers 2 and 3 in common. All you have to do is place your first finger down for the E and lift it up for the E minor. And the A minor and D7 share a common finger, your first finger. So there's my A minor. If I'm moving to D7, all I have to do is keep my first finger down and move the other 2 fingers in place. And they don't have to move very far. That, of course, works in reverse. And your A minor and C chord have 2 fingers in common, fingers 1 and 2. So all you have to do, moving between A minor and C, is move your 3rd finger. Finger 2 is going to have to shift around a little bit to make room, but it stays inside the same fret. You learned how to play and count 8th notes at the end of Rhythm Guitar Book 1. Now you're going to learn how to count 8th note rests. In this example, we have 8th notes that are beamed together. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then these are single 8th notes with flags. You actually count that the same. They're just not connected. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and these are 8th note rests. They're counted exactly the same as 8th notes, except you can see the counting is written in parentheses to show that the beats are there. You're just not playing on them. On the bottom of page 17 and the top of page 18, we have some 8th note and 8th rest practice. What I'd like you to do for each exercise is make sure you're down strumming on the downbeats, up strumming on the upbeats. All the subdivision or the counting is written below for you. And if you have trouble playing any of these rhythms, just tap it out on your guitar. Let's say you had trouble with the rhythm in number R15. The counting is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then once you're comfortable with that counting, you can add the chord in. This is our new A minor chord, 5 strings. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and notice that even though that 8th note rest does not last very long, I'm still muting on that rest. 1 and 2 mute, 3 and 4 mute. I'm going to play each of these exercises twice. The first time I'm just going to tap the rhythm, and the second time I'll play it. Number R15 in 4/4 time. The rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then played 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Number R16 also in 4/4 time. This time we have our new E chord, 6 strings. The counting is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And watch the pick direction on this. That's going to be down, up, rest, up, down, up, rest, up, down, up, rest, up, down, up, down. Then here is the same exercise with the chord. Ready, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Number R17 is in 4/4 time as well. It's an E7 chord that we're playing, just like the E, but just fingers 1 and 2. This time we have rests on some downbeats. We have rests on 1 and 3. So that's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and our strumming is going to be 1 up, down, up, 3 up, down, up, 1 up, down, up, 3 up, down, up. And here's what it sounds like with the chord. 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Number R18 in 4/4 time as well. Counting is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Make sure you're muting on those rests. This is with a G chord. Ready, play. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now we're at the top of page 18 with number R19, and this one is in 3/4 time. The counting is 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Make sure you're up strumming on the note on the chord after that rest. So the strumming is going to be down, up, rest, up, down, up, down, up, rest, up, down. And here's number R19 with the chord. 1, ready, play. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Number R20 is in 3/4 time. We're playing a D7 throughout this one, and we have a rest on beat 1 in each measure, so make sure you start with an up strum. The counting is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and then our strumming is going to be 1 up, down, up, down, up. 1 up, down, up, down, up. Add the chord in. 1, ready, play. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and make sure you mute on beat 1 because we have rests. Number R21 also in 3/4 time. Counting is 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2, 3. Strumming is going to be down, up, down, 3, up, down, up, down. And then with the chord, 1, ready, play. 1 and 2, 3, and 1 and 2, 3. And number R22, also in 3/4 time, with an A minor chord. The counting is 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So make sure you're muting on that rest. Strumming is going to be down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then with the chord, 1, ready, play, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. At the bottom of page 18, we have 2 new comping patterns. 2 of them are strumming and 2 of them are fingerstyle patterns. Let's look at the strumming patterns first. Number R23, instead of bass, 2, 3, 4, now we're just alternating bass and strum, bass, strum. You always want to make sure you're still counting through the measure, so you count to yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Practice those with your other chords as well, especially your newer ones. A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, with your bass on the 5th string. 2, 3, 4. Your new E chord, bass on the 6th string. 1, 2, 3, 4. And your E7 chord, just fingers 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number R24 is a new strumming pattern in 3/4 time. We have all strums, so no bass strum. It's going to be 1, 2, and 3, or down, down, up, down. And in this one, it sounds pretty nice if you add a little bit more oomph to beat 1, so it has some momentum. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Of course, practice those with your other chords as well, remembering that your A minor chord is 5 strings, and your new E and E7 chords are 6 strings. And then we have some fingerstyle patterns at the bottom. Number R25, we have P, A, M, I, or thumb 3, 2, 1. And remember, your thumb is going to move around depending on what the chord is, but your 3 fingers are always going to stay on those bottom 3 strings. So P, A, M, I, that's all quarter notes, so that's beats 1, 2, 3, 4. If you were doing that on your new A minor chord, your thumb would be on the 5th string, but your 3 fingers stay on those bottom 3 strings. P, A, M, I. P, A, M, I. If you were playing, say, your D7 chord, your thumb would move to the 4th string. P, A, M, I. P, A, M, I. And number R26 is one of my favorite patterns to use for fingerstyle in 3/4 time. It's a nice flowy pattern. It's an 1/8 notes. It sounds like this. So that's going to be P, I, M, A, M, I. So it just kind of goes down and back up. And that is in 1/8 notes, so the counting is 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. If I were to play this on my C chord, my thumb would move to the 5th string. 1 and 2 and 3 and P, I, M, A, M, I. Your assignment is to practice your new chords, A minor, E, and E7. Practice them individually and then try switching back and forth between pairs of them with the 4-3-2-1 exercise, and then start to mix in the chords you already know with the 4-3-2-1 exercise, like your G, E minor, C, and D7. Also, practice the 1/8 note rest exercises on pages 17 and 18 and the new comping patterns on page 18. Practice those comping patterns with individual chords and then try switching chords. As always, work on keeping a steady beat by playing along with the video or practice with the metronome so you can set your own tempo. Once you're comfortable with this material, I'll see you on page 20 where you're going to put your new comping patterns and new chords to use.